Hello creatures, critters, cryptids, etc. Welcome to Moist Maxing Monday, where I do my best to make everyone as moist as possible. Hello to Az, Midas, Ennis, anyone else out there. We were cleaning this giant Lost City palace last time. Let's see how that keeps going. Got that rain wave going on again for some music. Didn't seem like it got... Oh no, he's back! We have to remove him once again. It's imperative that we destroy the king. We must murder. Get out of here. Maximum power to his face. So hope everyone's week is treating so well. Welcome to a new week. Welcome to Monday. Hope all is pleasing. Last time we cleaned that whole upper area. And some outside stuff too. I was working on the outside and I kind of fell inside while I was working on the outside. But go back out in here and continue our efforts. So, there's Mega Man's music playing. Someday I should try to play Mega Man's again. Maybe I'd like them better than I did years ago. Maybe. Possibly. By the way, it's May, so at the end of this month, I usually started on Memorial Day at the end of this month. I have trouble keeping track of what holidays or what, but usually I start the summer charity event for the Trans Lifeline. That's the end of May, and it goes until the end of June. So look out for that. That's coming soon. To a Yinglet near you. I think I'm going to put the Chrono Trigger All Endings incentive back on there. Hey, Quillsoft. And I might also put a Shadow as a Hedgehog All Endings incentive on there. Won't that be fun? That'll be a very long-term goal. That'll probably be one of the higher numbers. I'll try to do the art thing again like I did last time too. Do like silly doodles for creatures. That went okay last time. It was a little bit awkward getting like everyone's info and stuff, but we'll see if we can get that to... Maybe I'll make a Google form, or I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll think of something. Yeah, maybe a Google form or something would work. That's like tied to the donation page when you select that number. Might actually do pixel art instead of a silly doodle and that awful programs this time. That'd probably be more fun for everyone anyway. I did do that pixel art. I did a pixel art donation sent it for another thing, I seem to recall. Or, I don't remember what that was for exactly. Yeah, I think that was for a donation thing. I remember that being harder for me to do because I felt like I had to be more serious about pixel art, since it's my main art form. And so that kind of made me like a lot more nervous about it. What are we G'ing about, Midas? I just saw your G's. Yeah, like I said, that would be like a pretty high dollar incentive, and I wouldn't really expect to meet it unless suspiciously wealthy furry comes in or something. But because usually we hit about $2,000. So I'll probably set it as something like very lofty, just to like make it actually worthwhile, like 5,000 or something. Like just something ridiculous that like if we hit that, then it's just gonna be like wow. Damn, awesome. I've never played Shadow the Hedgehog. I've seen it plenty, but I've never personally played it. I played Chrono Trigger plenty, so y'all have probably seen me bust Chrono Trigger wide open more than once, especially when I used to use a randomizer. What's going on with this music? There's just like someone laughing. Oh, it's a Kirby song. That makes sense. I mean, the laughing doesn't make sense, but Kirby song being out of its mind sometimes doesn't make sense. And I haven't played Kirby 64 since I played it on my N64 as a kid either. That was good time. So it was a heck of a game to 100%. Some of those, because you like drop all your powers every time you get hit, if I remember right, or it's at least more frequent than I would prefer. And, let's see. And, there are some that want like some really weird dual powers, like really deep in a level. I'm not particularly into the song, but that's probably because I don't particularly like Sonic CD. I think probably the only weaker entries into 2D Sonic worlds and Sonic CD is like the episode 4 parts 1 and 2. Like CD's like bottom of the barrel for me. I have somehow ended up on a new wall, I've just realized. I mean, yeah, I mean, that makes sense, especially if, like, you didn't grow up with a Genesis, possibly. Because we got the Genesis that came with Sonic 1. Which is why I'm like, okay at Sonic 1. And then we had Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but I was always okay at Sonic 3 and Knuckles itself, but the Sphere game I wasn't any good at until Sonic Mania. Because Sonic Mania had like an achievement for getting a perfect on like every single Sphere levels they had, including ones they made up themselves. They had like all the original ones, all 16 of the original ones, or 14. All 14 of the original ones, plus like a bunch they made up themselves. And there was a thing for like getting a perfect on all of them, which I did. It took a lot of effort, but I did do that. Now I'm like a master of the Sphere game. It probably didn't help when I was a kid, so that I was playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles, well, Sonic 3 originally and Knuckles on a black and white TV, like a tiny portable black and white TV, which makes collecting the blue zings and avoiding the red zings a little difficult. Also, the TV was like microscopic, you know, microscopic CRT, so you can see shit anyway. It was not an ideal way to play a game, let me tell you. But also, I was just a lot worse at video games when I was a kid than I am now. Like, you might recall when I just, like, randomly picked up Golden Axe 2 and beat it in one try, and I was just like, I've never been able to do this before. Like, where does this come from? You know? It's just like, what the fuck? Hey, Corporate Alligator, how you doing? Ah, it is clean. We are cleaning the giant pyramid. Last time we got through like 30-ish% of it in like an hour. So I'm expecting this to be the whole stream as this one location. We'll see if that proves to be true or not. I mean, at the time, like, I've played Ezra Beat 'em Up since I originally tried to play Golden Axe as a kid, so I wouldn't be surprised if I'm just generally better now. I mean, I played that TMNT one a bunch with people, for example. So I'm pretty terrible at it, but like, I could be worse. I think I'm going to use the scaffolding here. You're hitting E to pick stuff up. Am I being extra cute today? What new cute activity am I up to? Oh, I made a post on Mastodon yesterday. I don't know how many of you'll follow me there, but that's where I make most of my posts, actually. Yapping about Sonic. Well, Dio's not here, so I have to do it for it. Dio's busy, so I have to yap out Sonic on its behalf. But yeah, I had like an amazing Sunday yesterday. I don't know what happened, like especially after it's a hell of a Friday. And on the 15th I'm gonna have an even worse hell of a Friday. But yeah, yesterday, like, I don't know how I did so much shit in one day. Like, I watched a movie, I did two loads of laundry, I did the dishes, I watched a movie, I think I already said that, I watched a movie, I did some pixel art, like I made that Furry's rule up there, was that cycles between the 3 different colors, which to be fair, that didn't take very long. But I also updated, like, the you got trans rights on your phone and my Hypno thing and stuff. Yeah, I made that joke a couple streams ago about... I think I was Retton Midas, was it, a couple streams ago. But, yeah, I mean, what else would you do as a nozzle like this? But, yeah, I did that, and I did the stream with Midas, and so we went grocery shopping. We ate dinner, and then, like, I somehow did the entire story patch for FF14's current patch. And I'm just like, and when I was done with all this, it was like barely 11 o'clock, which is usually when I go to bed anyway. And it was just like, how did I do all of this in one day. When like today, for example, it'll be this stream, and then I'll have like an hour to do some things, and it'll be time for bed. It's like it's like how like I don't know. I mean, I know work adds a lot to it, but even on normal Sundays, I feel like I get to do like one thing and then I'm out of time. So it was just weird. A strange day. Okay, when you know what, Quill? Imagine do you know that video of like the person stuffing that plushie that went around for a while, where it like looks like it goes up to their buttons and like a bunch of plush like comes flying out of its butt? I usually feel more critters and creature, maybe. Yeah, so like I was thinking instead of water coming out as a hose, it's just like plush stuffing coming out as a hose. Yeah, polyfills, that's what it's called. Polyfillflation. Side is this before I move higher. Weighted beanstalk. So you're like a big old weighted blanket? That sounds nice. Oh.
Don't let Vor distract you.
On this level? Yeah, I knocked him into the he's just right at the entrance. I took him and threw him into the ocean like I did last time too. I usually do something dastardly with a gnome. I'm not nice to gnomes. It's like a weird king gnome in this one too. Wait, this one wasn't very hidden. Front facade is going to be pretty annoying, I can already tell. Entrance shell feature. Creature feature. Underside stuff do here. Oh, you know what Sonic game I did have though? That was, I don't know how I'd feel about it now. I remember finding it a bit unhappy when I was a kid, and I had it on both. I had a version on Game Gear also, I think, which was Sonic 3D Blast. I know I had the Genesis, either Genesis or 32X, I don't remember which it was. And then I think I had a version on the Game Gear too. Hey, thank you so much for the 81 years, Dimension, and also happy birthday, or perhaps Hatch Day, since you are bird. Hope it's been a good one. Maybe moist. I thought everyone liked Sonic Colors. Like, I thought Sonic Colors was like a beloved game by all. Or was that like a in retrospect kind of thing where like everyone hated it at the time and now everyone loves it? Yeah, I know nowadays everyone thinks Sonic Colors is like the second coming of Jesus, but I don't know if it was always like that, because I was pretty out of the loop on console gaming for a long time. I mean, I guess I still am. The last console... The last... Yeah, I mean, like, I have a Switch and a Wii U, but like the last... and a Wii. But I think the last console I really played seriously would have been the GameCube. Everything else I just kind of got for like a couple of games and then kind of forgot about it. Like even the Switch, I probably played more Hyrule Warriors on it, which I also had on the Wii U anyway. I mean, hacking out like Sonic 06, it gave us Silver getting kicked in the back of the head. What's happening is this music. Yeah, I played a lot of PS2. I played a ton of N64, a lot of GameCube, a lot of PS2. And then after that, I pretty much fell off of consoles. Like, it was usually just like a handful of games, like, that I had for each one after that. He did a no deaths run of 06. That's amazing. Honestly, how many like no reloading either, just like one run, no death, go kind of run? Because that's amazing, just because of like how often the game just glitches out and kills you. But she's that statue of you is of you, right? Wow, that's amazing. 60 attempts of it. How does it feel to be worshipped as a god by an ancient underwater civilization destroyed thousands of years before your birth? A little odd. It's only 60 attempts. That's not too bad, though. I remember when Minimat was trying to do a hardcore run of Terraria, and he even let himself like stay in the same world, and like he just kept like remaking the characters, but kept like rejoins the same basins. That still took him like hundreds, hundreds of lives. Like, honestly, I feel like the current patch of Terraria was way easier than prior patches have been. Because we died far less than I'm used to. Like, they either nerfed bosses, or some new items were just that busted. So dirty about this figurehead. Ah. Nice. Some seems clinking. Finally, a ding. Been so long. Some tooting and hollering is this song. Yeah, the Power World, like, creature I got was pretty strong. Like, it was stronger than the summoning items you got for a long time, if I remember right. Like, it lasted me through, like, 4 of your upgrades before it got outclassed. The main downside to it is that you can only have one out. The upside is you could just hold it and use it as a flamethrower. So it was also your weapon, like, main weapon, I guess, but... So. I know it's a summoner weapon. Wait, it was ultra rare because we found it. I found it like immediately. I mean, I guess we were on a celebration world, but still. Huh. Damn. Well, lucky us, I guess, then, yeah. I know the chillets it took us so long to find are like guaranteed spawns. But there's only like a handful of eggs in a world, and they could be it was a large world, so it could be just anywhere. I mean, it's like Zen is, like, you have to go to, like, specific seeds if you really realistically want the, item, like, one of the items, that sword you need from the stone. Like, there's probably a seed that guarantees a Foxfire. Really? Huh. Yeah, I know now it's, like, guaranteed. It's wild. I thought the Foxfires were guaranteed too, based on what I saw on the wiki. I wonder if maybe they just weren't always guaranteed. Maybe they're just guaranteed now, and those are from before times. Because we didn't play Terraria because the update had just happened, right? Like, that update had been out for a hot minute, hadn't it? Or did it just happen? Okay, yeah, so long enough for them to make adjustments. Impediments. I thought I was saying predicaments this whole time. I was reading as predicament. Entrance predicament. I was just like, that's a weird name, but sure. I'm hoping... I don't know, I'm into, like, burnt out on retro achievements phase again. That happens pretty often, actually. But I'm also, like, at the same time, like, man, I'm hoping they add, like, a journey mode achievement set for Terraria. Hello, Dolph, how you doing? Welcome to Moist Maxing Monday. Where you get the most out of your moistness. What I might even say is a max. I'm doing alright. They're cleaning the entrance predicament. So, yeah, Terraria is fine. I have mixed feelings about it. I had a better experience with this times than I ever had before when I was playing with Midas. But, like, generally it's one of those games where, like, stuff keeps happening to distract you from what you're trying to do, and games like that very much stress me out. It's why I stopped playing Yakuza, for example. Huh. It's amazing I got, like, on the first one. I just thought it was, like, a common, like, thing. I thought it was a thing you just got, you know? Is dirty on this wall? Wall seems fine. Oh, his wall includes in here? Weird choice. Yeah, and that's what, like, why I couldn't handle it, because, like, every 2 steps you were being interrupted by some new thing you had to do. And it was just, like, way too much for me. Yeah, I would say Yakuza is ADHD as a game. Because literally, you take 2 steps and it's like, here's this new mini game you can play. Here's a new side quest. Here's a new conversation to have. And just like, instant you finish and you walk 2 more feet, and it's like, hey, here's a new mini game you can play. It's just like, oh my god, please. Ah, my eyes. It was entirely too much. Because the way my brain works is I make like a checklist of items, of tasks to be completed. And I manage that list of tasks internally. And it does me well in my day-to-day life to just have this checklist in my head. But when a video game makes a checklist insurmountably long, I start getting very stressed out. It's why I also don't very much like games that have, like, dailies and weeklies and stuff like that, like, it makes you feel like you have to do. It's why I can't get back into Guild Wars 2, for example, because Guild Wars 2 is just like, you log in, it's like, here's 800 things for you to do, and it's like, goodbye. And do your PvP daily, do your normal daily, do your World vs. World daily, do your weekly, do this, do that. It's just like, and also it had this thing where you had to like log in or else you missed out on content. You had to buy it later with real money, like that, you know. I was gonna say do that anymore from what I've heard, but it was that way during the Heart of Zorn's era. I don't know why I'm suddenly talking about Guild Wars 2. I did play that game for, actually not that long, I guess, what, it came out, what, 2012? I played it till the start of 2016. I played it from launch until basically like January 2016, so probably one of my shorter-lived MMOs. I made a bunch of legendaries in that time, which is definitely a good use of your time. Like all the stupid ones, like the disco ball, and it's like guns that shoots confetti, and I think I got the rainbow bow, and yeah, which one did you make? Because I remember I also helped a bunch of others make legendaries. Like I helped Stravike make the combo greatsword, so like that's technically 2 different legendaries in one. I don't remember what you made though. But yeah, I made a lot of fucking things. Why is this wall dirty? Yeah, that sounds right. No dirt on this wall. Gonna be a case of just blast everything until it randomly decides it's clean, I guess. There we go. I said blast everything into a RAM we decide it's clean. Works every time. Oh yeah, I got the harpoon, or not a harpoon, it's a spear. The underwater spear that summons a bunch of sharks every time you hit something. Which was hilarious to use on any jobs at any class that did like rapid attacks underwater. Just have like 100 sharks just showing up. Very distracting for everyone else. I pretty much only ever got to use that when I was doing fractals though, because like there's pretty much no other underwater contents that was ever important to do except fractals. Why is you're still on the? Oh right, but your FF14 account's like stuck in Europe, which I guess isn't a huge deal. Like I think, well, I don't know what it's like now. I think at the time we looked at euros were like actually cheaper to pay for the game was, but it's probably not that way anymore. The US dollar has crashed and burned pretty good. Remember, like, for the longest time, it was for a while there, it was like kind of 1-to-1 was the pound. I think we even exceeded the pound for a short time, but now $1 is 75 pence. This matters because most of the artists I commission tend to be in the UK. This kind of makes a bit of a bother for me. What is this like weird line? Did I do that? I don't. That seems like a weird line for me to have done. What is that? What the fuck is happening here? Weird line of clean. Might actually be a better choice for coverage at this range. The triple blast. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Imagine using soap in this game. Ooh. Hey Gostactyl, how you doing? Elite Dangerous released a new passenger ship for free, but they started an event where you like evacuate a station, and apparently, like just a random the random world evolutions that happen has caused the event to like stop working. So I was being told earlier, which is hilarious, but also really bad if you haven't, you know, had a chance to do it yet. I've done it plenty, so I'm fine, but others may not be so fortunate. But I was trying to see, because like it's a medium ship that has like a specialized cabin for passengers, which passenger transport used to be a good way to make money back when I originally played it 10 years ago. But Not so much anymore. But it's weird because I was like trying to compare it to like the Beluga liner, and I'm like, unless you're doing first class, like all first class, like I don't think it's a large ship like compares at all to how much it can hold. Like it just got nothing on it. Which they've been kind of doing that with all the new ships. Like all the new ships feel like they're just like straight up replacements for the old ships, which I don't really like very much. Like I have concerns about that, you know. Missed the 5K channel point haiku. Yeah, it changed to the sonnet one. I got bored with haikus and it started like annoying me when it got redeemed, so I removed it. Because that's obviously not like a good way to be. So I have the sonnet one now that you can do once an hour. I don't know, could a haiku vor you? I guess you could write a haiku about vor. I probably did, actually. Let me look. I still have them all. I haven't deleted them. There's a in here. God, I have so many notes. Void Stranger notes. I still have Void Stranger notes for... Is that game I haven't played forever? I have some notes for like a posts I made on fucking co-host still, like the drafts for posts on co-host. That's fun. Let's see, did I make any that talked about vor? Okay, apparently my at least when I searched the word vor, I got everyone writing about big round belly vor. What a times this is. See, got quite a few that talk about bellies. Any talking about eating? Finding all the fruit, learning to eat more and more. Demon is so round. Which one was that about? Huh. Well, yeah, so that's the haikus I could find anyway, at a quick glance. This is a weird one. That's very good. I'll read that out for you, Quillsoft. Eaten by Rejax. Travel past cute Yinglet jaws. Tummy nice and round. That's very good. What am I stuck on? Sounds like Very similar to like all those songs remixes I had when a long time ago. I still have them all. I guess I shouldn't say a long time ago, but like all the ones from like OC remixes, like Initiation. Killer. Everyone had that Come On and Woo in like all of their fucking songs back then. Woo! God, imagine how, like, much it would hurt your neck to look up like this for so long. I guess unless you were a Yinglet. Indie bitches can look up all they want. Oh no. We're 50% done with this giant awful monstrosity. Wow. I think the ceiling's gonna be like the worst part of it all, so once the ceiling's done, we're gonna be golden. Like, ceilings are just awkward in this game. Nice. This ceiling's done. How's our ceiling? I don't know why I switched away from doing more ceiling. Or is the ceiling blasted to pieces? Blast. Imagine if they'd made like the stuff you were power washing also have like an HP meter for how rough you were being on washing it. Wouldn't that be awful? Like, oh no, you broke it. Of course, then you get like the people doing the speedruns to like destroy everything instead of just washing it. Break percent. Are you not clean? Be clean. I command you to be clean. Rear octopus feature. Hold on, I haven't looked at this thing. Well, now I can't see what the fuck it is. Never mind. There we go. Oh, this shit does not clean well either. We're just gonna be stuck with this specific head for a while. Doesn't wants to clean. Actually works better with this tension on. It's like more focused of a beam. Oh, they're just like droplets from my shit, but I thought they were like paw prints for a second. I was like, wait a second. Got more murals? We sure do. I mean, they were talking about a lot of cats being interested in this island. Got Cow hears there's no chance of getting near the volcano's rim, but I've spotted something weird. I'm going for a closer look. I guess it's an abandoned mobile mining drill, and it's broken into the magma chamber itself. Okay. The operation likely destabilized the whole place. What has the mayor done? What are we fighting for? I think this is the tree house, maybe? I think this is like the weird, like, woods cottage and the tree house, maybe? I don't remember what this one is, though. There was that, like, not Hansel and Gretel one. The big-ass mural. Why is this one so big? I barely remember these cleanings. They seem like the least important of the ones I did. There we go. more murals. Okay, this was a church, I think. Maybe. Seems right. Hey, light. It works still. Amazing. Oh, there's another ceiling here? No! Keep happening, the ceilings. Somehow, building structures keep being above me. The travesty. Speaking of random kitties, I annoyed my cat enough today that he is sleeping in a closet now instead of, lumped into bed like usual. And to be fair, he does need to be awake during the day more. Because he comes in and he doesn't do it too much anymore, but he did a couple nights ago. He came in randomly at like 3 a.m. and decided to like scream and start purring at us, and it's just like, what are you doing? He used to do that a lot. He got better about it. I don't like using this specific head as much, but it seems like it's the most effective I've got. Or is there a... Oh, fixed. That bird looks very pleased with itself. Okay, so that's one. Done. Back this way. Music's very funky. I remember I had a Bomberman game on my calculator in high school. Like, that was the best gaming console, handheld gaming console of, like, existence back then, was your fucking calculator. Your TI-83. Because the teachers couldn't take it from you because it was something that you're supposed to have. You just had like, you had like shmups on it. I remember there was a shmup I loved playing on it. It had like Bomberman. It had a few other things too. I don't remember what all exactly it had, but... Or I think it had like some kind of like weird drug dealing game. Like Text Adventure or something. Like, I don't know. I didn't know where to get any of that junk, but someone I knew did, so I just like connected to their calculator and just grabbed it all. Whereas I guess, well, no, I was about to say, I guess you have your phone now, but phone's a bit more obvious. Like having a calculator out during math class, like next to some paper and just like punching away at it, looks like you're actually doing some shit. You know, having a phone out never looks like you're doing shit. Oh, I didn't realize that wasn't clean. Well, now it's clean. I don't know what this one is. Oh, is it just one of the planes I cleaned, I guess? That's right, I did clean a propeller plane at some point. Music sounds like it's from, like, fucking Monkey Island. Apparently not, according to its markers there. I don't know what heroes versus villains is. Sounds very... that's a very generic title. An important phone call. No, it wasn't an important phone call. I answered it and I go, hello, and it just goes, hello. And then whenever that happens, I just like mute my microphone and wait for them to actually like say who the fuck they are and why they're calling. What they never do is they always just go, can you hear me? And then they hang up. Verizon's not very good at detecting spam, I've noticed. It almost never says like possible spam or whatever, it's just a phone number every time. And it's always spam. Like, no one fucking calls anyone. I get like one legitimate call like every quarter of the year. We got the Helter Skelters at Wagon merry-go-round, or yeah, the this is a merry-go-round over here. Is this the where is it called again? The wheels. The wheels of slowness. Ferris wheel, yeah. Those things. Oh, this is that bathroom. That awful, awful bathroom. Yeah, they're all sitting on a toilet. The conga line of shitting. Or if I dare switch off of the spray and onto the spray again now. It's just like so much more effective. Why are they heroes in a half shell? What does that mean? Do turtles have a half shell, not a full shell? Like, what does that mean? Ugh. What makes your shell a half shell? A half shell tooth. Should be like, yeah, it's the end of the wall. Getting there. We're getting there. We're almost at 75%. Oh yeah, didn't I got House Flipper for free at some point too. I don't know if that would count as a Moist Monday game, but I mean, it's the same theme as, like, same general vibe as this. I guess. House Flipper. It was like, I think Steam just gave it away for free like last year or something. I remember how I got it, but I know I didn't pay for it. Yeah, I guess my two options once this game's done. I was considering going back and trying to play, that fucking game's called, name. Why'd I hate it? Is this game? What's that underwater game called? Yeah, Subnautica. I was thinking of maybe trying Subnautica again. But I could also just do like House Flipper. It wouldn't be as moist as Subnautica, but or this, but it would be like the same vibes as this. By the way, I switched to 1080p a while back. How has that been treating everyone? Because I used to stream in 1080p a long time ago, and I switched to 720 to kind of just make the games always look crystal clear was the bitrate. I switched back to 1080p like a month ago. I don't know if anyone's had any opinions on that or not. It's definitely, I assume it's harder on anyone who has potato internet, but I don't know if anyone in my audience has potato internet. There was someone who, I remember who was a regular back when he used to stream with Psych and Newsworm a lot, who couldn't handle above 720p. Actually, I think couldn't handle above 480p. But that's a problem of its own. That's a rough one to have. I have noticed that Twitch seems to commonly give creatures quality options. Like when I go into VR, I usually leave a couple streams open that I was watching, just put them at like 160p, and the fact I'm not able to just put them at 160p is interesting. Because it used to be like you pretty much never got quality options. Like you had to be like streaming on a super off time for that to happen. This whole thing's a podium. Ah! Ah! That was the struggle noises of not being able to jump because I was stuck under something. Made of stone. Maybe it'll be fine. Looks like ad breaks happening. Everyone take a stretch break. Get some water. I'll see you soon. Wow. I feel like every time I come back, it's always that clip was also blues there. Getting stuck in that hole. Getting bullied. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a nice stretch break and got some hydration. Hydrate until you're big and round. Hey Shin, welcome. Can you handle the tunnel? You have the skills to pay the bills. I guess this is going to be kind of finicky, huh? Little nooks and crannies. Leg exceptional. Smile and chat if you're leg exceptional. Alternatively, post an egg in chat if you're egg exceptional. Oh, it's a stat. It's a symbol on the statue's holding as its own item. Oh god, it's a backpack system. I like the mess of just like clean floor as I wander around doing other shit, making ignoring the floors the whole time. Damn, no one's exceptional or like exceptional. What the fuck? Y'all gotta get your shit together. Music's weird. What is this? Ender Lilies? Quietus of the what? I've never heard of this game. I don't know why this music gives me like Amarant vibes a little bit. I just need this fight. What is wrong with you? There we go. Statue complete. Now for all this floor. There's so much floor to explore. Oh god, it's not clean very fast either. The awful floor. Just gonna get dirty again anyway. Why clean it? Anyone know anyone who thinks like that? I definitely do. The New England area is kind of wild as far as its weather's concerned. I know someone who's in New Hampshire, and it's like still in like the 40s there. Meanwhile, it's been like summer here for like a month now. Damn. Like, how long is their summers then if it's still like cold there, you know, like nice and cool? They just have like a month of summer and then it's back to being cold again. Well, how long was it hot in northern Norway? Okay, yeah. Wait, you're missing like 2 months out of the years there. More than 10 months in a year. Oh, okay. Does it though? Can you write a mathematical proof to that fact? That 2 plus 2 equals 4. I've had to write mathematical proof before. Can you do it? You don't know how to write? What are you doing right now, Zen? He's smashing. Well, yeah, I guess you are a bottom. This is more annoying to clean since that statue. Jeez. You know, on the topic of Monster Hunter music, like, I can't really think of Monster Hunter music tracks that have stuck with me. Like, it's always just kind of background noise while you're doing other stuff. Surprised Monster Hunter wasn't added. Oh, I guess Monster Hunter had summons in Smash, didn't it? It had like trophies or whatever. I think it did. I think there was like a Rassilus summon or something, but like it didn't have like a character in Smash. Frozen like is that horrible Palico from Stories or something as a character in Smash. Did anyone like that Palico? Like, is it just me that hates Palico? No, I specifically hate the one from Monster Hunter Stories. Every once in a while I've rated, Zoan playing, Monster Hunter Generations. That one's a pretty good, that one's okay. That one's pretty good. I would say either Monster Hunter Generations or Monster Hunter Rise, which is on PC and doesn't destroy your computer, would be good entry points. Generations Ultimate is on Switch. Original Generations was on, DS? 3DS? One of those two. I had it. It was like one of the first games I played where, like, my hand stopped being able to hold a DS anymore. So I remember that being fun. But, yeah, I would say Rise would probably be a good entry point. It's not very hard. It has goofy mechanics that make it a lot of fun. It was made for the Switch, so it runs pretty well on PC. It's just holding a DS just started hurting my hands and my wrists. I just couldn't do it anymore. Like around when this 3DS came out. There's a lot of DS and 3DS games I never finished because I just couldn't hold the console in my hands. I could never do Switch in handheld mode either because it also hurts my hands too much. I don't understand how anyone does that. So fucking heavy. Oh, we're just done here? Okay. Yeah, really. Like, I don't think I have particularly weak hands. He gives them a fake controller. I can't believe you just gives them the controllers that's not plugged in to play also. Oh. Wait, what did I just clean? Did I clean something I thought I'd already cleaned? Did that just happen again? That's happened to me a few times. Oh. I guess as long as I'm not leaning down. It seems like it makes very little. It's definitely an art idea now, so for me, just like Yinglet was the controller unplugged and just like, look how good I'm doing at this game. I remember when wireless controllers first became a thing, and everyone was just like, everyone was like making fun of the concept. And like just saying stuff like, oh, now I can play my game while I poop and stuff like that. Just like I have to set up a mirror so I can still see the screen, and you know, it's like no one saw the utility of it. Which, to be fair-ish, I didn't like the idea of it until they got like actual rechargeable controllers. There's traces of an odd luminous ore everywhere. I've never seen anything like it. Stop interrupting me. I'm talking here, Calvin. Which is why, like, when I even see, like, modern, like, Xbox controllers, they still just have a battery. Like, a battery you have to change out. Hang on, there's something else up here. God, the Atari 2600 cables. Look out, an aircraft just shot straight out of the volcano. It's heading your way. What? Hold on. Can I actually see this, or is this just like flavor text? I don't see shit. I don't remember too much about... I had an Atari 2600 when I was a kid. I remember there's a weird way you had to like plug into the TV because it didn't have like a... Like it's a normal jack that like a cable input uses. It had like these weird like prongs. They had to put onto some other connector. I don't remember what that connector was anymore. And I remember the joysticks, you know, just being like the joystick plus a button. But I don't remember too much about like the cable links or anything because I haven't even seen that thing in probably like 30 years at this point. Well, by the time I was playing the Atari, it would have been like the early 90s. So, cable TVs were a thing, and like the NES had the cable connector, and you had to switch it to channel 4 and shit like that. So like that's what I was used to. I just remember every time I wanted to play the Atari, it was like a huge pain in the ass versus just like screwing in the like cable port for the NES. Or is it Genesis? Because those were like my main 3 childhood consoles until the N64 came out. I didn't get the N64 like as soon as it came out either. Whenever Banjo-Kazooie came out was around when I got the N64. I remember playing Banjo-Kazooie in a store and getting really pissed off at it. And then I asked my parents for it, and my mom was like, I thought you hated that game. Because, you know, it was pissing me off while I was in the store. I don't remember how I responded to that, but I remember her asking that, like, being bewildered that I wanted. Like, this game's that clearly pissed me off a ton. I think when I got the N64, I got, was it Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, and Banjo-Kazooie, I think were my 3 first games. Maybe Glover too? I know I had Glover. I don't remember if Glover was one of my earlier games or not. And then we got a PS1 a bit after that and had Spyro, but we didn't have memory cards. So we basically had to play Spyro as far as we could in like the hour or 2 we had a night to play. Which is probably why I'm so fucking fast at that game now whenever I play it. If you remember me streaming it, I beat it in like 2 to 3 hours. That's probably why, because I had to like be very efficient at that game. Because I didn't have a memory card. Because that was a foreign concept to us. Like, everything fucking used passwords or, like, saved onto the carts back then. So, like, having to buy, like, an external thing to save your game, we're just like, what the fuck? My parents, like, couldn't understand the concept of it, and they refused to, like, spend money on that. I probably just preemptively answered your question. I mean, it's not like we were rich. Like, buying the PS1 alone was, like, expensive as fuck. Because you're talking about hundreds of dollars for that thing. That was a lot of money. My parents weren't suspiciously wealthy furries. They couldn't just drop 300 bucks and not give a shit. Because you bought the PS1, which was already a couple $100. The game itself was like 50 or 60. And then they wanted like a memory card on top of that, which was another like 30 bucks. It was like, no. That's a step too far at that point. We did eventually get a memory card, but it was like, we had been like playing through, it's a one game we had, which was Spyro, for like a while at that point. Like, it was probably like a month or two later that we finally got a memory card for the PS1. Man, that's rough. The store just never had one. It's a long time when you only have one game divided between two kids. I think when we finally got the memory cards is also when we got Tomb Raider 2. That was my first game of that type. Was the transition to 3D was a time, that's for sure. Like my memories of Tomb Raider 2 make it like so obvious how you play the game, but like someone who's never played it before, played anything from that era, trying to fucking play that game. Like I think I was watching someone who had never played Tomb Raider before try to play it like a month or two ago. And I like didn't, you know, obviously like almost everyone I know has a no backseat rule, so like I was having to hold my tongue, but just like they had so much trouble was like trying to do running jumps off of ledges. They kept falling down, and it's just like, it's like walk up to the edge, jump backwards, and then run and jump. Like, it's so easy. I'm just like screaming internally, like, wah, you know? Like, I haven't even played Tomb Raider since I was a kid, and I still remember exactly how to do that shit. Like, that was the step-by-step instructions on how you do it. Because if you walk, you don't fall off. You walk up to the edge, and there was like a hop backwards button. And then that gave you the perfect distance for a running jump. Everything was very deliberate in games like that back then. So you had Mario 64 where you just do crazy bullshit like I do, and somehow it works out, and like, I don't know why the shit I do works. It just does. I just hit buttons and things happen, and it's the correct things, and it looks cool. And you can even like see like when I do sometimes weird micro adjust, like weird routing to like platforms because I just like have muscle memory about invisible walls that will hit me sometimes. And I just avoid them. They just knows there's there. Like that shit takes so long to build up. Like it's like what have I done with my life to be able to do that shit? I like the tank controls in like Resident Evil, for example, like original ass Resident Evil. Like, because anytime there's something like particularly threatening going on, if you hit the aim button, you just auto aim at the enemy anyway. It was also a good way to tell if something was dead or not. Because you enter a room and hit aim, and you would suddenly spin around and aim at something laying on the floor, and it's like, ah, I see. And they know something I don't. I know, Midas doesn't like it when I complain about stuff at him. He constantly tells me to tell whoever I'm complaining at instead of him, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Especially if I'm like stuck around a really bad driver and I'm just like hooting and hollering about whatever the fuck that driver's doing. He's just like, tell him. It's like, what do you mean? How am I going to tell that driver like that they're a fuck up? Like, you can't do that. Like, what am I going to get onto the fucking mega horn and get onto the CV? Yeah, but you can allow me to bitch. You know I'm an idle bitcher. Like, I just bitch about stuff. Like, that's what I do. That's how I get through the day. Even if it's nothing that actually fucking matters to me, I just bitch. Let me bitch. Hold on. Midas just said something. Do I have the... I have the full version of it somewhere. Oh god. Hey Aiden, how you doing? Too far. I'm looking for something that's very important. Give me a second. Oh, this folder's a fucking mess. It'll take me a moment. Here we go. what Maya said, just like, of course, remind me of this. This, because why wouldn't it? Around trying to make this floor be clean. It's very good, yes. There we go. Alright, so the inside is done. Now just for the outside. Boy. %. Rear octopus wall niche. A niche subject. Guess I'm gonna need my, this thing over here. 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 Oh yeah, so are you considering making a Yinglet? Like being a Yinglet? So I know of a free base that you can use and just like kind of fill colors in to like kind of plan it out if you want. I can send that to you. It might even be bookmarked in the Yinglet channel. I don't remember. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of, Venice. The free base, and it doesn't have the feet wrong. Unlike a different base I can think of. Oh, okay. I was wondering why does this music sound vaguely familiar. That makes... I wonder how many creatures got into Game Spawn because of the Nintendo 64 game. I don't know. Pierce Brosnan was okay, but like I feel like that era and beyond was just kind of the downfall of James Bond. I mean, not that it, like, really holds up that great anyway. But I feel like as the budgets got bigger, the movies just kind of just got worse. Yeah. Yeah, you've told me about that. You like Nightfire a lot. I only watched one of the Daniel Craig movies, so I haven't really given him a fair shake. But, like, as far as Pierce Brosnan's concerned, like, GoldenEye's fine, even if it's a little heavy on some mouth noises from whenever he talks. But, like, the ones after that are just kind of, like, stupid. They're just stupid. Yeah, it's funny, you've seen none of them, and yet you bought a complete box fucking set of Bond movies. Like, you bought a complete box set DVD of the Bond movies, and then, haven't watched any of them. Yeah, is Dinosaur Days one at the North Pole or whatever? Because, yeah, that one's ridiculous. I said, they just got, like... Because I think part of it was, like, the writer... I'm pretty sure the writer died. And their budget just got too big. Because, you know, the early movies, you know, the Sean Connery and, what's the guy who couldn't run's name? I can't remember his name at the moment. I've remembered my quota of names, so I can't remember new names now. Yeah, Live and Let Die and all of those. Roger Moore. Like, so Roger Moore and, like, Sean Connery and the one guy that did, like, the single movie was Emma Peel. Like, those were all, like, when the Ozzer was still alive, so I think they were reined in a little bit, probably. But once he died, like, it just kind of went out of its mind, and also as the budgets just got so big and everything. But it became more of like a sci-fi spectacle rather than like a silly, you know, spy thriller. Well, you know about that, Midas. Oh, what is Emma Peel's name? Like, her actress's name? Diana Rigg, yeah. I love Diana Rigg. I remember how confused I was when everyone started talking about the Avengers. You know, when the Marvel movies started coming out, everyone was going on about the Avengers, and it's just like... I remember my mom being really excited. She was like, they're bringing back the Avengers? You know, she's thinking about the British, you know, spy thriller, not superhero shit. She was so excited. But, I actually am kind of surprised, because, like, Mission Impossible got movies. Mission Impossible was a TV series before that. I think Man from U.N.C.L.E. got a movie, one or two movies also. But I'm not aware of the Avengers having any movies. And that wasn't exactly an unknown show. Of course, the Mission Impossibles are all absolutely absurd now, too. Gone to a fugue state suddenly. I ran out of my Poppy, and now I'm sad. I can't believe they named a soda Poppy. Poppy! Pretty good, so. Good soda. Well, at least the wild berry one's good. We had ones that was not good. Which one was that, Midas? It was like a strawberry one or something? Or cherry one? I don't remember. Came in like a red can, didn't it? Remembers that one being kind of nasty. Hey Dio, welcome. Are y'all ready to moist max? So moistening. You ever watch the Avengers, Dio? Was Diana Rigg? You remember that show? We were talking about it earlier. Oh, really? You might like it. It was a pretty fun show. It's a British spy thriller. Like same era. Actually, it probably predates Man from U.N.C.L.E. I think it's the same era as the original Mission Impossible, though. Like some of the early episodes are in black and white still. A weird one. I mean, they always are. Can't remember what the guy's name was. It was a male main character, because I don't know. He wasn't as impactful as Diana Rigg was. Emma Peel, John Steve. Well, yeah. I mean, I meant the actor's name, not the character's name. I like Patrick Troughton. Yeah, that's not a name. That's not a name that stuck with me at all. I'm glad you're an expert on that show. You could watch him read the phone book. He had a nice voice. He just didn't impact me as much as Emma Peel did for some reason. Wait, was he also the second Doctor? That's funny. I mean, I guess it makes sense. He had that vibe going for him. I could see it. Oh, yeah, it's a name wrong. Patrick McNee. Okay. Patrick, my knee, my leg. Did you ever watch The Prisoner, Dio? Yeah, I know. It's a women kept changing. The Prisoner is a funny show because it has a weather balloons that chases someone down, squishes them. And this is supposed to be scary, apparently. Like, this is a negative thing in this world, in this universe. Being squished by a weather balloon. You want to avoid it at all costs. Doesn't make any sense to me. What other weird, obscure British TV did I watch when I was younger? I'm sure there was other things. I wouldn't call Miss Marple obscure, but I watched Miss Marple a lot. Like the old Miss Marples that had like that. I don't remember what her name is, but the lady looked like she was like 120 years old. See. Oh god, there's been a lot of Miss Marples, huh? Okay, I need to see pictures of them. Just give me their names. Fan miniseries. Margaret Rutherford. Yes, that's the one. Margaret Rutherford. I watched some old Margaret Rutherford Miss Marples. Those were fun. I knew I would recognize the name as soon as I saw it. She was on a lot of stuff. Kind of sad that the US doesn't have like a title for particularly good actors and actresses. Like, you don't get any Sir Patrick Stewarts from the US or Dame Margaret Rutherfords. You just get some dude that is going to Milkshake Duck eventually, most likely. Hey, thanks for the follow. The ad break is approaching. You better not be here to... Well, actually, no, you should steal the green rock. Eat one. Have one. It would be my first knighting if it was up to me. How you doing, Ribbon? Maybe it's the guy who, oh, what's his name? It's the guy who, it's the main character in The Mummy. It's the original The Mummy. Or maybe, I mean, I guess the obvious answer would be Keanu Reeves. Yeah, Brendan Fraser. Keanu Reeves or Brandon Fraser, I feel like, would be my choices. I don't know why Brandon Fraser. It's just he was the first one that popped in my mind. So he was like the like don't think about answer, and since the think about for a second answer was Keanu Reeves. Yeah, supposedly Tom Hanks is like a pretty nice person too, so he might be up there also. I'm trying to think of actors who haven't like milkshake ducked, which is hard. So I'm pretty sure Tom Hanks has always been decent. Keanu Reeves has been decent. Brendan Fraser's been decent. To my knowledge, anyway. Oh my god, there's still so much of this damn zing left. How are you so large? Yeah, I hit my remembering names quota a while ago, so now I'm just like struggling to remember anyone's name. Because I remembered like 10 whole names in a row like an hour ago, and that's like a record for me. And that is all I can do. So now everyone, even if it's someone I'm like intimately familiar with, it's like, oh, what the fuck's your name again? When we had that work event last week, or the week before last, I will continue the story once the ad break ends. Wow. Welcome back, everybody. What was I saying? Yeah, so the nice thing about, on the topic of not being able to remember names for shit, especially, or only having capacity to remember like a couple names at a time, which is my situation, is that it's a nice thing about conventions for work or furry or otherwise, is like everyone's got a name tag on. As long as they aren't obscuring it, because sometimes creatures will like obscure their damn name tag, and it's like you're trying to like get a peek at it so you can know who the fuck they are or what their name is. It's just like, but otherwise it's like very nice just to be able to glance at someone as you are approaching and be like, oh yes, that's what your name was. Which some have argued is something in favor of like shit like Google Glass, but also fuck Google Glass. Does anyone use that? Like, did it die? I remember hearing about it very briefly, and then I never like heard about it again. And then it like resurged like 5 years later, and then died again, as far as I know. Are you going to FWA? I've only been to that once. I should go to it again sometime. Meta Ray-Bans? Ugh. Nice. Hope you have a good time. They have a... As far as I know, I have pictures of that hotel. That hotel is very disconcerting. Don't look up. Or do, but only do it once. The basement of FWA, I'm pretty sure it's true every year, but it was definitely true the year I was there. They have a very good, like, gaming room down there. And I remember when I went, what year was it? Hold on, we're gonna find out. What year did I go to FWA? I went in 2019. I went in 2019. And I remember they had a demo for Tunic. there. Which was really, it was like a really early demo for it too, I feel like. So I remember, I didn't play it myself, I remember watching someone play as a demo for Tunic, and it was like the opening area, pretty much. Like the opening, like, so it wasn't a whole lot, it was more like just like a proof of concept almost at that point. Like it had like the graphics down. I remember the character looked slightly different, but otherwise it was like mostly there, yeah. Well, so you've seen the game room at BLFC Midas. Imagine that, but like about 10 times bigger. Yeah, they do have speedruns and stuff there, yeah. Well, I don't know if they did, because we never really stuck around Megaplex for too long. We always just did a day trip. But yeah, I don't remember A&E having a game room. No, if it did, it was a very small one. But yeah, like FWA's is like a whole basement. It's like huge. It's a huge game room. I think it probably has probably the biggest one of any con, maybe. I wonder if they've solved Elevator Con yet. I know that's like the one thing with BLFC is it did a pretty good job of solving Elevator Con. But I don't know, because FWA had like one of the worst elevator cons because it had just like 2 elevators and like 30 floors to stop at. Oh, you're talking about like oh yeah, like board game. When I say a game room, I'm not talking about board games. Board game rooms and like video game rooms are 2 different things to me. Okay, you don't have to do it in all caps. You don't gotta yell at me. I got big ears, I can hear you. Yeah. I don't remember. For some reason, I don't remember A&E too much. A&E was never really like. I remember, like, besides hanging out with Zool, a couple of times. Like, I don't. For some reason, A&E did not really stick with me super well. Like, I remember mainly remember just the year we went where Zool like destroys that city with his belly. And also squished us, because that's a different story. Yeah, I went, because A&E was my main, like, convention. I stopped going to Megaplex in 2009, I think it was. I stopped going to Megaplex in 2009. Because their leadership at the time annoyed me. And so I started going to A&E instead. Especially because flights to Boston were, like, mega cheap. And that hotel was also mega cheap. My eyes. Even though it wasn't in driving distance, I didn't really need a car. Plus, I was just like always fucking lost driving anywhere back then. Like anytime I drove anywhere, I would just like get lost. It was so fucking ridiculous. You know, outside of the town I live in, that is. I didn't like driving places very much because, especially because Megaplex was like moving every fucking year too, so you couldn't ever like remember where it was because it was like, it was in like 3 different, it was like in Kissimmee, and then it was in Orlando proper, and then it was in Jacksonville, and it's just like, man, calm it down. I think it was in Jacksonville for like 2 years, and then moved back down to Orlando again. Yeah, I like the foods there. I'm just saying, like, besides that trip with you, I don't remember the other ones, even though I went to A&E, like, 6 times. I just don't know why I don't remember any of the other trips there. I barely remember my trip to FWA, either. I don't know why. Like, I remember the game room, and I remember, like, the people I was hanging out with, like, wanting to eat Chick-fil-A even after I told them about how shitty Chick-fil-A's politics were. And that was, like, pretty much it. Like, that's all I remember of FWA, for some reason. I suspect I didn't have a particularly good times there. It's hard for me to have a good time places, though. I found out. I had a great time when I was in Ohio a couple weeks ago. Like, that was probably one of the most fun trips I've had, and it was for fucking work. Which is outrageous. Like, I wish conventions I went to were that fun. Yeah, I've heard A&E's location is less desirable now, because it used to be, like, right off of a subway stop, right next to, like, a bunch of really good restaurants. And now it's, like, in some, like, warehouse district or some shit, like, near a dock or something, I think I was told. It was pretty much just the work stuff, like, my old boss retired, so, like, on Monday, and she lives around where we went, so on Monday, like, the old team got together with her and basically just had a party. And then, like, every other day I just hung out with my new team, and, like, I don't know, they were just very enjoyable to be around. Like, we just kind of hopped between, like, restaurants and shit, so I'd split time between my new team and my old team, basically. My old team, like, we worked together for, like, some of them I've known for, like, 10 years. Like, worked with for 10 years. Most of them for at least, like, 5+. So, like, we knew each other very well. And, like, half the team's queer, so that helps, too. One of them's my coworker, one of them from that team is who I got the cat from. So, you know, it's like, we all have good connections. The new team's just kind of got a very similar energy. So that's, because I've been getting along with them pretty well, too. I don't think any of them are queers, though, so that's, like, the strike against them, but otherwise, like, they still got, like, a pretty good energy going on. I did find out in Ohio, I don't remember if you were here when I talked about last ribbon, but like, apparently when you're in Ohio, Blue Sky just blocks you from seeing like most pictures unless you do age verification, which like I'm not going to fucking do. So while I was in Ohio, I just couldn't look at Blue Sky basically. Yeah, it is gross. I've heard that like Ohio was apparently one of the first ones to do the age verification crap, and I've heard that apparently is the UK got the blueprint from. So that tells you, like, everything you need to know about, like, UK's age verification laws, too. If you didn't already need to know that they were terrible. He's got a draw on a mustache. Apparently that's how kids have been getting around the age verification, is they just draw a pencil mustache onto themselves, or like wear a fake mustache, and apparently that just works. Just get a fake mustache. or use a VTuber of like somebody, I don't know. I remember I was trying to. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. As it's a Gmod. I've heard it's a Gmod NPC work too. I remember I was trying to sign up for the Social Security website because, or not Social Security, it's the IRS. It was the IRS's website. I was trying to log into the IRS's website for my tax return because they sent me a very threatening letter when I filed my tax return saying that they would not send it to me by check. I had to log into the website and give them my bank information. They did actually send it to me by check eventually, but I spent like literally a week trying to log into that website and trying to do like all the age verification bullshit they wanted, and like my phone was just my phone's only 2 years old. Like my phone's not that old, but it doesn't have the technology you need to do the age verification. So they wanted me to like get on webcam with a person, which like that's a lot to assume someone has a webcam, quite frankly. And so no one ever like showed up on any of the times I like tried to do one of those calls, so I just gave up eventually. I just said fuck it, I'm not gonna bother, and since the check came by mail anyway. Yeah, it's like they need some wacky shit that like nobody except like rich motherfuckers are gonna have. Like there's definitely some kind of like discrimination going on there. Like, they're expecting a lot out of someone who might not even, like, might not even be able to afford to have a computer. To have to log into this website. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I think if I had had a Samsung phone, it might have been fine, because I think Samsung phones have, like, the motion... Because it was the motion, like, pictures. They wanted, like, the pictures, but they... Like, you take a picture of yourself, but it still moves kind of shit. Which I think Samsung's phones have, but my Motorola does not have that. I dropped off a Samsung because Samsung phones started being real shitty. Motorola phone's not much better, I tell you. But yeah, what was the shits they want I didn't have, even though my phone's relatively new. Like, to me, 2 years old is relatively new. Like, I usually get a new, like, I think I had a Note 4, and then I had a Note 9, so that tells you how many years between phone upgrades. And then I got rid of the Note 9 because it was really shitty, and switched to this Motorola. The blue line of androids? I don't know what that is. What's the blue line of androids? Yeah, and of course these places always use like some kind of shitty ass third party for Z authentication every time. Like they never do it in-house. Like even the government doesn't do it in-house. Yeah, that's how it was for me too. Like, I could have, like, it was supposedly it was cheaper to like actually use, like, pay my phone per month rather than to buy it up front. So that's what I did, and I remember that it only got paid off like late last year. So. Like somehow even though I was paying per month, like the total cost ended up being slightly less. Not that it's exactly cheap anyway, like the fucking, like I pay it off as a phone bill, didn't seem like it went down much. Because like the phone bill keeps going up anyway. Oh, I see. Yeah, I wasn't aware of Blue Company. What's the purpose of having dual SIM card slots? Is it just so you can like easily, like, can you just put like one for like the US and one for another country at the same time and they both just work? Like, what does that do? Well, it definitely went down by like $30, but like, so like it changed from like 190 to 160, which is still way too fucking much. For some things that I like barely use. Like honestly, with how many spam calls you get, it's just like you just have like a phone that only works on the internet. Just use it for like 2FA and nothing else. I don't know. Numbers on the same phone, interesting. This is music. Be Half-Life music? Sure. I thought it was like a Super Metroid cover or something at first. Man, I would like, I know I'm almost done with this pyramid, but like we started this at 30% like 3 hours ago. It's still like, God, this much going on. This is outrageous. This pyramid's outrageous. Pyramid's out of control. Imagine if it had been an inverted pyramid. That would have been really annoying to clean. I hadn't had a ding in a while. Yeah, I mean, this game's dangerous that way, in some ways. Because it's like, definitely a multi-day. I even started slightly early, just to make sure I get through this today. Some of these textures are interesting. Imagine if they had actually, like, I mean, that would probably destroy, like, every computer on the planet, but if they had actually, like, managed to work the physics for, like, all the water, like, dripping down and all the grime dripping down from where you sprayed, and you actually had to work from top to bottom. Outrageous. I've never seen this blue section's not its own section. I guess because it's hard dividers here. Yeah, like that much physics simulation for liquids would be very tough. Like dynamic simulations for water physics. This song's sure going a while. Rainwave does not have a way to skip songs. Just like a static, like, stream. I actually have it going through Media Player Classic. I don't even have it on their website. Because they have, like, the option to download playlists that just, like, connect to the website. And it's weird though too, because they offered an MP3 and OGG, and it's just like, I picked the OGG one because, like, why not, I guess, but it's like weird that there's two different options for that. You think that would be pretty static for like a web stream? It's a palace predicament is back. Palace impediments. Alright. Alright, wall. Why aren't we clean? I hope y'all heard me not crack my knuckles on that one. I did. Alright, well, kick your ass now. Oh my god, why is the cat screaming behind me? Have you fed him, Squishball? Okay, he's just being a sad bitch for no reason, got it. Yeah, that was my knuckles. I cracked my knuckles when I was like, why aren't you clean? There we go, now it's clean. This house is clean. don't want to have to bring the scaffolding all the way over here for this. No, it's my knuckles. I don't have a plastic water bottle. I've got a ceramic or whatever this is. One of those vacuum sealed whatevers. I also conked my shell tubes with it by accident. Alright, atrium ceiling walls, you say? I thought I did all of atrium. Pyramidion gym. Okay. That's not something I've seen. I'm pretty sure that's not something I've seen. Worst part of the bottom is the pyramid is it's so wide. Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 is definitely the most interesting one to me. Like, Scholars of First Sin kind of made stuff outrageous, but like, the stuff you could do in that game, it was definitely the most open as far as how you could make builds. I feel like, of all the Dark Souls. Like, maybe Elden Ring's up there, I haven't played it yet. It's on the list. It's gonna be part of the Squishy Sundays. I'm gonna do the, Seamless Co-op, or whatever that mod's called, with Midas. But, yeah, Dark Souls 2 just, like, lets you do whatever you want, and most of it's viable in some way. I think besides Dark Souls 1, I don't know if I've ever streamed a Dark Souls. Maybe I streamed Dark Souls 3 for a little bit? I don't remember. I don't like 3 very much, personally. I like 1 pretty okay. I remember I did do a randomizer for 1 a few times. I don't remember if I streamed like a normal ass playthrough of it, though. It's time for this. Make its return. Oh yeah. Oh my god, look at that shit. I just don't like how like noisy this is, which is why I don't use it very much, but goddamn, you can't argue with the results. Microsoft Flight Simulator? I'm pretty sure I had the original Microsoft Flight Simulator. Back when I was super into flight sims as a kid, back on like my Windows 95, 98 days. I had to get good work out of my joysticks that constantly had to be recalibrated because they would just drift constantly. Why I haven't gotten like a joystick in a long time, because I had such a bad experience with them constantly just drifting. Like I'd have to recalibrate it like every hour to get it to not just drift. Oh yeah, the music. It shows the name of the game, the music's from at the bottom of the screen. I don't know how well you can hear the music over. It's a fucking blast of the water, honestly. You should have similar audio to me, so you should be able to hear it to some extent. But probably somewhat muffled. Atrium ceiling wall. What does that mean? That down there, I guess? Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey Reg, how you doing? Thanks for checking out the channel. The power washing's doing well. We are almost done with this giant pyramid of doom. This has been a 2-stream effort. Clean. Be clean. Be clean.
Yeah, baby.
Oh my god. How are you still dirty? Thank you. Now what's this Pyramidian gem? I've never even seen it. Where is it? Is it on you? No? Like, this isn't like something I just like didn't finish cleaning. I've never touched it apparently. What the fuck is it? Oh, hi. You weren't there before. You're also very loud. Yeah? We doing stuff here? See, this is when we need some Microsoft Flight Simulator music. Where did it go? Did it just despawn? I looked away for a second. Hey Xeonora, how you doing? No pixel hunting here. Just kidding. Alright, we're good. What? Oh, okay. There's a lot going on here suddenly. That escalated quickly. I'm surprised it like saves the video from from the first stream. Whereas then I'm hanging out inside for like 2 hours and you can't see it. PowerWash services, you did it! After you cleaned our ship, we went further back in time, methodically tracing your steps one at a time, right back to the backyard cleaning days. While doing so, we pieced together Blake Zrust's ambitions. Yeah, baby! Zrust was obsessed with the lost city of Pacifist, and after discovering that their tech was powered by a rare ore, set up illegal mines here, there, and everywhere. He struck a rich seam inside Mount Rushless and used it to develop his own tech, while also hoping to create enough tectonic movement to push the lost city up to the surface. He hauls that for only 2,000 bucks. What we didn't realize, though, is that by destabilizing the volcano, he nearly caused a global apocalypse. Knowing that the underwater city lay dormant until this moment, we went back in time and told the pacifists of your legend. They agreed to convert their palace into an offshore platform to send a neutralizing beam to Mount Rushless once the city resurfaced. We dirtied the place up to ensure it would only activate once completely cleaned by a skilled power washer. Thanks to you, the timeline is now restored and we can return to our time as heroes. Heroes with red velvet cake. P.S. Please feel free to use this message as a customer review if you think it would help your business. Amazing. We get credits. Oh, we get music. Wait, this is definitely DMCA music. Don't do that. I know that song. It's definitely not safe. Don't do that to me. Alright, we're not watching the credits unless I mute it, I guess. Alright, so there's more to do. There's bonus jobs. Oh, there's a lot of bonus jobs. I think... I don't know if I have all the DLC or not. Challenge mode. Water limit, okay. Okay, there's some bonus jobs for me to do. I don't know if I have all of the DLC. I actually need to check. I got all the free ones. I do not have the paid ones. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30... Wait, what? It's actually cheaper to buy them individually than to buy them all together? What? Doesn't make sense. Oh. Oh, that's the song. Okay. Looks like I think that was a DMCA song. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was like an original song for this game, but I don't trust it. Okay, so yeah, there's a few DLCs I could get if I so desired. They would be more expensive than the game itself. So there's that. Even was keep in mind it's on sale currently. We'll consider it once, I guess we'll consider it once I finish whatever bonus jobs are here. Also these specials. There's all of these too. Some of which I do have. So that's quite a few. Like any of the ones that don't have this arrow I have. So yeah, we've got still a bit to go before I need to worry about maybe getting into this DLC. Each one's like $6. And the base game itself was, when I bought it, like $5. So like I don't like, so value's not really there for me, I feel like, considering. But you know, I guess it would have made sense when like they were coming out one by one over years, but considering like I got into this real late, it doesn't make as much sense. But yeah, we're gonna call it there. Thanks for coming, everyone. I hope y'all had a good time. Did someone activate? Weird, hold on. Huh. Okay, I don't know why my VTuber circle's here. Goodbye. That's why I was like getting caught. I was like, wait, what's happening? But yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. I hope y'all had a good time. If you're new here, of course, please drop a follows. They are anonymous. Thank you for the raid, Dio. Thanks for the follows earlier. I finally made the new command. It's spam! And look, it posts them all, one by one, in various colors, so you can tell which one's which. It's so fancy. It's a rainbow of colors. But yeah, I've got the Discord, of course. I got my Persona directory, which is all my socials and my ref sheets and stuff. If you don't know what I am, and you haven't read Out of Placers, do read Out of Placers. It's good. You might become a Yinglet. It's dangerous. And of course, the Critter Time forums. If you want a older-fashioned forum full of queer creatures and stuff, that is not social media. But yeah. I will be back tomorrow with some sort of nonsense. I'm not sure what yet. I don't think I'm in the middle of any game series currently. Yeah, I finished Dungeon Gals. So I will have to think of a new something to play. So we'll see. But yeah, y'all have a wonderful Monday. I'll see you next time.